Hey, good morning, family. So, Reginald Martin here of Comedic Centered Living, where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening. Let's talk this morning about positive thinking and why positive thinking isn't enough, why it doesn't work. And let's talk about it from the perspective of the science, okay? So, not wishful thinking, but the science. So, in understanding the depth of this knowledge, okay? So I know in a lot of the law of attraction circles, it is often talk about, think positive, and a lot of people really end up getting frustrated because they think positive, or they think they're thinking positive, but nothing happens, okay? Now, I just made a statement. They think they're thinking positive and nothing happens. What I just stated was a major problem, okay, with these shortcut law of attraction ideas. And don't get me wrong, I love law of attraction stuff, okay? So that's where I started learning metaphysics, was a law of attraction. So I'm not talking against law of attraction. I'm just stating or getting into the deeper science that a lot of people end up missing. So the problem is that if you think positive, that is only when you're consciously thinking about thinking positive. But the whole time, you never talk about, or you never focus on your attitude, okay? You never focus on the things deep down that you're dealing with, okay? Hey, Ricky, how you doing, bro? So if you only in the moment realize that you need to think positive, but what's riding underneath your constant thoughts is a pessimistic mindset, or you're focused on the negative things, you're focused on, man, I'm thinking positive, but nothing happened, family. That right there is the issue, because first of all, if you have a negative mindset, or you're pessimistic, just naturally pessimistic, thinking positive is like putting a Band-Aid on a compound fracture. And y'all know what a compound fracture is. That's when the bone is actually broken and is sticking up through the skin, okay? Put a Band-Aid on that and see how it'll work. But I gotta give you a good visual here, okay? So the deal is that a lot of times we've been taught to, how can I say, look at our subconscious programming, or our subconscious mind, as this deep, dark chasm of just, bad stuff, But in reality, family, you cannot accept something into your subconscious mind that does not first get accepted by your conscious mind. In other words, your conscious mind is the gateway to your subconscious all the time, okay? That's the deeper science. Secondly, if the universe, if you're focused, or you're constantly remembering that you don't have it, or you're constantly bringing up that you don't have what you're thinking positively about, family, as soon as you acknowledge that you haven't got what you're thinking positively about, then you focused on the negative, okay? It's that simple. You focused on the negative, and you turned away from what you think you're thinking about in the moment, all right? So the cure to that is not to think positive, but to be positive. Okay, and I'm going to explain what the distinction is between those two. So, again, when you're thinking positive, that might be only for that split second or moment. But when you're being positive, it's just a state of who you are, okay? It's the state of where you are consciously. And the way to do that is to stay focused on the desired outcome that you want, okay? When you stay focused on that desired outcome, okay, it's not even thinking positive at that point, it's being positive. And thinking positive becomes a byproduct of being positive, okay? So in other words, it's not even something that you're not consciously focused on the goal of thinking positive, you're just being that when you focus on being, or when you focus on the desired outcome, okay? You bypass the thinking about being positive and you become positive. I hope that's making sense, family. So thinking positive and being positive is two different things. And if you constantly talk about what you don't have, or you haven't got it yet, or anything that in that manner, I don't care what it is, you're not thinking positive. You're being negative, okay? You're being in opposition. You're practicing you're becoming your own adversary. Or as the ancients would characterize it, you're becoming your own Satan, the opposition, okay? That's what that stuff meant, okay? Not an evil. Just meant that you had an opposition that you were working with, okay? So being positive and thinking positive is two different things. And I'll say again, if you focus and be hyper focused on what you desire, then that becomes then you become positive. Then you become the thing that you desire. And that's a little bit of a deeper essence on that. And that's something that, again, I really get into depth in my metaphysics course about that. But when you focus and you hyper focus on what you desire, then thinking positive is just a byproduct of being. All right? I hope that makes sense, family. So y'all tell me in the comments, give me your thoughts, and y'all have an amazing rest of the day, and I'm going to continue on my walk. So be positive. Focus on your desire. All right? Reginald Martin, out.